Hi, this is Brian May of Queen.
Hi, this is Roger Taylor of Queen, and you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight.
Tonight, a visit from royalty, Queen no less, as well as Celine Dion, Urban Dance Squad, and the Fixx on show number 407 of Good Rockin' Tonight. And I, Stu Jeffries, bid you good evening and invite you to settle back and leave our crack staff in charge of your entertainment for the next 60 minutes, all right? Well, it formed in 1987, and not by the reputation of 3 or 4 albums, nay, by the reputation of their live performance. Been doing it for close to 2 years. And finally, we here in North America have discovered the squad. And we welcome Sil.
What's up, man?
DNA. Urban Dance Squad, yikes! And yeah, I know, it happens every time. How did Urban Dance Squad come to be seen here today?
When we started out, we played live for 2 years before we ever recorded anything. And I think it's the live reputation we got that got us where we are now.
You played live for 2 years?
First time we played together was just more for fun. You know, we had one show in Holland in our hometown. It was like a local festival, and we had this gig, and we wanted to do something else.
But they invited us, and he came up with the idea to shock him a bit and make a trash formation. And never tell them before, just pop up like that. Right?
And what we did, we just made a lot of noise. And the drums were flying all over. The records were, you know, everybody was flying all over the stage. And people were, you know, we blew up some speakers with a PA system. So that's actually how it started. And from that moment on,
yeah, we were all over the papers. We never meant to.
We never meant to. We were front page, you know.
Geez, you guys just started. You just did this just for laughs.
This was just for fun, really.
Urban Dance Squad, certainly the farthest thing from mainstream, and yet a lot of mainstream followers seem to just love you guys. How would you feel if you conquered the proverbial mainstream charts?
We made this record by ourselves, you know. We financed it by ourselves. So the whole concept is made by ourselves. We did the recording, the artwork, everything, and we sold that to a major company. And you know, and after what happened after it, you know, it's, if people like our music, you know, that's cool.
Hi, this is Celine Dion, and you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight.
Well, Queen has reigned supreme now for 15 years, and we will talk with them later, but not till you hear from Quebec's multi-Juno winner and get a look at where she stands on this week's Top 20 Singles Countdown. You that have yet to hop on the Celine Dion bandwagon, maybe her performance at the recent 1991 Juno Awards would be convincing enough. A show-stopping performance of Where Does My Heart Beat Now, and 2 Junos to go along with that. We welcome Celine Dion back to Good Rockin' Tonight.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. How are you? It's nice to see you again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You did incredibly well at the recent Juno Awards. What did winning all that award mean to you?
It means the fact that it gives me the, I don't know if it's a good word to say, just the guts to go, to work harder. Just to go on stage and thank all the people that, you know, it's wonderful to win prizes. You never get used to go on stage and take something.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful thrill. But also, it's always, first of all, to be nominated. This is fantastic. This is great. But when you have the chance to go on stage and take the award, just say thank you to all the people that you work with, because you can have the biggest talent in the world. It's great, but it doesn't mean nothing if you don't have the people behind you. Since I'm that high, since I'm very little, I have my parents, my 13 brothers and sisters, my manager for 10 years, we've been working together. All those people, Sony Music, America, everywhere, they work hard with me, and this is fantastic.
So I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. I look up and boom, there's a billboard, a big picture of Celine Dion, and I'm finally thinking, you know, you have really arrived. So what is the strategies to keep that momentum going in the States, and are you surprised at the success you've received down there?
I'm surprised, that's for sure. I don't know what's gonna happen exactly, because I'm the singer. I just try to do the best that I can when I have to perform, when I have to do interviews, when I have to do recording. About contracts and the strategy and those things, I have confidence on the people that I work with, all the company and my manager, they take care of me very well. So I just hope to perform everywhere. It's not for tomorrow, but I mean, as far as possible, we hope to go.
Celine, I want to take you back to a quote in the record, March 19th, 1990. It says that you're not abandoning your Francophone fans, and of course not, but it says no matter what happens with Unison, your next album will be in French.
But with the success of Unison and the surprising success that it is, will this plan change at all, or will you?
But I have a wonderful surprise for you.
Okay, good. Surprise.
My next French album is going to come out this fall, that's for sure. I'm going to continue to sing in French. I'm very proud of my origins and where I am today. It's because of the people. They bought my record at the beginning of my career, Quebecer people. So I'm very proud of that. I'm going to continue to sing in French, and also I'm preparing a new English album. So I'm going to have 2 new albums. French album this fall, and I don't know when the next English album is going to come out, but we started already to listen to great new English songs. And I'm very excited. I just can't wait to go in studio and start to work on this.
Let me be the last goodbye.
It's been about 3 years since we last heard from the Fixx and the Calm Animals album. I'm happy to say that they are back. The newest is called Ink, and we're talking with Cy Curnin from the Fixx. Nice to see you again, Cy.
Good evening. Nice to talk to you, Stu.
Cy, I read in your biography that, that you said you're very enthusiastic about your career and the Fixx's career at this point. What makes it that exciting for you?
Well, it's nice to sort of realize after 10 years that we still enjoy doing what we do, and we need it more than ever. Because, you know, we're 10 years out at sea here. There's no new career waiting for us when we get back. So, you know, after having been on the road so long, we've realized that the expression and the release is what we're in it for, as much as all the rewards that come back. And it keeps the lunacy at bay, should I say.
May I congratulate you on one of the finest albums the Fixx has done in quite some time, a marvelous, marvelous production.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're very proud of it too. It was one of those things that wasn't really designed. The project wasn't designed, or there's no real sort of concept behind it, other than it was just live a little, write a little, live a little, write a little. It's like a diary, if you like.
Cy, this is the first time we've had a chance to talk. Can we tell me how the Fixx actually came to be the Fixx? How did you guys all get together? A little background, if you don't mind.
The drummer, Adam, was my drama teacher, and we formed a small band for a play. And both of us were, you know, a bit bored of learning other people's scripts and having to do the old darling business at the end of each show. We said, let's just keep the band going and forget the rest of this rubbish. And then we started involving ourselves with more serious musicians. When Jamie West Durham joined, the sound clicked, if you like, and we had a unique sound. And then we released a record called Shuttered Room, which sold more than 5 copies, and we were amazed. And it took off very well for us. It gave us people took it the right way. It gave us the right attitude. We didn't come in with funny shoes or funny hair. It was just funny music, I guess. And then the next record built and took off where the first one left off, and then we've just been trying to survive the ins and outs of what's become a very visual market as well as an audio market, and taking it for what it is. You know, it's really about communication and talking to people, soul to soul, and just being able to smile with it, I guess.
Now, How Much Is Enough is the first single that we are all hearing. What can you tell me about how the song came to be?
Well, it was just, I was asking myself the question, how much is enough? I was all the time looking forward to things instead of enjoying the moment. And, you know, the more you have kids, the more you realize you should enjoy the moment, and you always have to put a smile on for them. So you might as well really just enjoy things as they go by and not just wait for the dream and the pension and the 5 minutes at the end of your life. It's now, and it only happens once. So that's really where that line came from, how much is enough?
How much is enough when your soul is empty? How much is enough in the land of plenty?
As you sip your coffee, may I offer my hand, Roger, and welcome you to Good Rockin' Tonight.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to be talking with you. And I guess right off the bat, let's say congratulations on 2 things. So your 20th anniversary, I believe this is the month that they're marking. It's your 20th anniversary.
I believe it is.
And congratulations on Innuendo going gold in Canada.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful. It's the first gold record on this label, and it's the first territory to go gold on the album. So thank you very much indeed in Canada.
Did you ever, I mean, we're looking at 20th anniversary. I mean, did you ever look back at the time of Queen's inception and say, yeah, we'll be around 20 years from now?
Oh, absolutely not. No, and nobody could even dream that a rock group would last for 20 years. No, especially with, and the main extraordinary thing about that, I think, is the fact that it's the same 4 members.
Yeah. Roger, if you can you take me back? I'm just curious as to how it all started for Queen. How'd you guys finally come together?
Well, yeah, long story, but we were all at college. We were all studying in university at London, in different colleges in London, all doing different things. Brian had already got a physics degree when I met him, and he was studying infrared astronomy, doing a PhD. Freddie had a diploma in graphics, graphic design and art, basically, at an art college. John had eventually got a first-class electronics degree, which is quite an achievement. And I managed to struggle through a biology degree. So, and we were all doing these different things, and I met Brian at first, and we got on very well. Met him in the college bar, you know. And we had the same taste in music, and the same influences, you know. Hendrix, all that sort of stuff. And we put together a band which eventually fell to pieces, but we kept together, and we'd got to know Freddie by then. So he suggested that he liked our playing, so he suggested that he come in. So then we had the nucleus of the three. And then we just looked around, and we just bumped in, at another college, we bumped into John Deacon. And we'd gone through about 5 bass players before we actually got John, who was the one who seemed to fit in best, you know.
We will not let you go. Let me go. We'll not let you go. We'll not let you go. Let me go.
City recently picked up an award as, what, the best song in the last 25 years in UK music. Did you know that it was going to have that kind of impact?
Sometimes it's a bit of a rope around your neck because people always want to talk about that instead of what you're doing at present, you know. But that was, I mean, that was #1 for 9 weeks or something, and it revolutionised the way videos were looked at, because we had this video which was regarded as the first sort of promo type video. And this particular programme called Top of the Pops in England had to play it, because of their policy, every week at the end of the programme. And they hated us for it ever. And they never played anything of ours for years afterwards, because they'd been forced to put this thing on, you know. So, I mean, it made rock videos important in England and possibly Europe as well, you know, although ABBA have a lot to do with that in Europe as well, you know. This is pre-MTV. I remember sitting in a meeting with, maybe Roger told you this, did he? With some executives at Elektra saying, we've made this video for Bohemian Rhapsody and it's done us a lot of good in England. Can you give us some money to make another video for the next thing? And they said, no, there's no way that's ever going to be a powerful force in America. You know, videos are never going to be important.
You're saying that Innuendo is one of the best albums you've made. Is there a particular reason for that? What happened?
Well, I think we've got rid of all the problems that existed between the 4 of us. That's important. You know, we've been together a long time, and relationships are hard, as you know. And it's not always been easy. But these days, I think we regard each other as kind of family, because a lot of other stuff's happened, like I was telling you. Excuse me. A lot of stuff has happened personally to us. And eventually the group becomes the most stable kind of family unit that you know. So it's very, quite important to us as a sort of, what's the word, as a part of your psyche. And we've come to terms with that. And we actually, what I'm saying is, we like each other a lot and we're quite supportive to each other these days. It's good for us all.
I'd like to see you guys again on tour, so what's the plan there?
So would I, yeah. Well, Freddie's not up for it at the moment. He reckons he would rather be in the studio at the moment. In fact, we've already made some tracks for the next album just a couple of weeks ago, and we'll be going back in the end of the month. But as far as being on stage, he finds it hard. I think that's, I mean, he has his own reasons in his own mind. But for all of us, it was a lot of fun to be on tour. You know, you play, which is great, and you have a lot of life as well. You know, you can meet a lot of people. But for Freddie, it was quite a discipline to keep his voice in trim for the range that he was putting into it, and the power, and also the energy. He had to be kind of a fitness fanatic, and he wouldn't drink after the show. He wouldn't smoke. He wouldn't go out. He wouldn't do anything. He'd always keep himself spotlessly in shape, so that every concert would count. You know, and that's a strain.
Really?
So we would say, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Freddie, at the end of the tour? And he'd say, that was actually hard work, and I want a year off, you know?
Yeah.
So at the moment, he doesn't want to do it. It may change. I would love to think that we could be out there again. I mean, that would be my fondest dream, I've got to tell you. I would give a lot to be out on tour next month. You know? I don't think it's going to happen that soon.
Well, we certainly look forward to seeing him if and when it does happen. So when you go back, tell Freddie just to get his mind together and get out there. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, Stu.
Thanks a lot.